Hi and welcome to this homemade barista tutorial. So what we want to do first is that we want to make sure we have all our equipment ready at hand. And first we need somewhere to dump our coffee ground. We need a jug for steaming milk. We need a damp cloth to clean the steamer after we have steamed the milk. We need the espresso thing for the machine. And we need a press to press the espresso ground, and then we need a scale and a bowl to have the coffee beans in, and then we need to turn on this grinder, and then we need to turn on the machine and let it heat up. Then you want to find your coffee beans. I'm using an Italian brand called Illy, and it's classic roast 100% Arabica Illy blend. And then we're using whole milk from Tina, Norwegian brand. And then we got our to-go cup. We put this glass bowl on the scale. We turn the scale on. There is zeroed out. Then we take our coffee beans, and for each espresso shot we want to have 7 grams of coffee beans. So we want a double shot, so that's 2 shots, and that means 14 grams. 5.7, 11, 13.2, just a few more, 14. We can start with our espresso ground. So first we want to take this off. We have already measured the coffee beans, 14 grams. We pour it in, close the lid. And then since the machine is on, there is a button here. So when I hold this and I push it in, it will start grinding. So it's done grinding, and as you can see now, it's full, but it's uneven. So what we want to do is we want to place it here, and we want to flatten it out a little bit. And then we want to press down on it, but I want to use both my hands. But what is important is that you keep it flat. You don't press at an angle. Now I'm exaggerating a little bit. But if you press this way, it's going to make this area of the coffee weaker, which means the water will try to escape at this point. And the same if you do the opposite way, then it will be here it tries to escape. So you want to keep it flat so that there's equal pressure, so the water will escape throughout most of the coffee. That's our goal for pressing. There we go, all pressed. Now what you want to make sure is that you take all the coffee, grind off the sides so it's nice and clean, because when you now put it in the machine, there's a rubber gasket in here, and you want to keep that as clean as possible. So you just find the spot where it pops in, and then you tighten it. Now over to the boiler. Now I can see the light is turned off. That means it's warm enough. And then it's time to do the steaming. So what we do is we pour the milk up until like about 1 centimeter underneath the bottom of this shape here. That's about the area we need for the milk. So, okay, my cloth is damped, the milk is ready. The steamer is ready because it's steaming. So what I do, I'm going to do this off camera, but I want to instruct you that you want to use the nozzle as a resting place. And then you just want to keep the cup at an angle while you're steaming. And you want to create a swirl, which can be hard, but you will find a good sound and a good swirl while you're steaming to make foam. And then when you're happy with the amount of foam, then you take it deeper down and you just steam the milk to make the milk warm. And then you want to use the palm of your hand down here because it's sensitive, and you want to rest it on the jug while you're steaming the milk. And once it gets to the point where it's uncomfortable, like it's burning in the sensitive area, that's when you want to stop heating the milk, because now it's hot enough for drinking. And there we go, the milk is steamed. You can see there's a good amount of foam. So we remove the jug, take our damp cloth. It has to be wet, otherwise it will burn your hand and it will not get clean. The water is the trick here. So, done with that. We can see there's some air bubbles. So what we want to do, we want to swirl it around and then knock those air bubbles. And now that we have the milk ready, we can make our espresso. We have made that ready from before. The coffee is done. So we move this over, we remove the cup, and then we can remove the piece. There you can see the coffee ground puck, as you can call it, like a puck from hockey. It lands in here, you knock it off, and there we go. And now you just clean this in the sink and leave it here to run off. The next step is to pour in the milk and the foam. See if I can do it. First, you just want to pour in milk like this in circle to make a brown canvas, as you can see. So you have your brown canvas, you pour it back, and then you want to pour swiftly . And there you go, we got a heart. Oh, it failed, but it will still taste good. And now for the last trick, you want to locate the seam of the takeaway cup, which is here. You want to take your lid and you want to take the drinking hole on the opposite side of this, and then your product is ready. Takeaway coffee made at home by the home barista. Let's try it out. Put on your favorite sandals. It's time to go outside to enjoy your takeaway coffee in the sun, blue skies. Oh yes. There we go. We have a coffee latte. Cappuccino, I guess it's just less milk, more foam.